Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another new edition of Today's Youth. And our main topic today will be Invade to Innovate. And we will be talking about advancement in the field of technology and communications. We will be meeting with students at the Faculty of Engineering right after this short break. The Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering is the world's largest technical professional organization aiming for advancing technology in benefit of humanity. The organization is basically concerned with the educational and technical advancement in the fields of electronics, communication, and computer engineering. It was formed to give a hand for engineers and scientists around the world in pursuing these goals. It serves as a major publisher of scientific magazines and organizer of conferences and workshops. Cairo University Student Branch is a student activity based in Faculty of Engineering. It aims to give the students the opportunity to be involved in a professional environment to prepare them for their post-graduating life. It also helps the students develop their skills on both the technical and personal skills. Welcome back, and we're delighted to be joined here by Salma Ibrahim and Inji Ale, engineering students. Hello, and thank you for joining us.
Hello.
Right, would you please tell us more about your organization, the activities you're doing through the IEE-CUSB, and what is this organization exactly all about? Right, Inji?
Okay. Well, as you said, IEEE stands for Institute of Electronics and Electrical Engineers.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically concerned with the advancement of technical engineering studies.
Okay.
We aim to give the students professional skills.
Okay.
And help them get involved into the professional environment and working setup.
Mm-hmm.
And help them pursue their career afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I would like to know more about the mission of this organization.
Basically, we try to apply this mission by having workshops, events, and projects.
Mm-hmm.
The workshops are mainly technical workshops. And we have two projects in IEEE Cairo University Student Branch.
Mm-hmm.
The first project is RAS, and it stands for Robotics and Automation Society. And the second project is YD, and it stands for Youth Development. It's
Mm-hmm.
for students in schools.
Mm-hmm.
And what demonstrates IEEE is that it's not just a student activity. It's a global organization all over the world. It's found in many countries.
Right.
It's divided into regions. And each region is divided into sections. IEEE-CUSB is found in Region 8, Egypt section.
Right. How does the Cairo University initiative train its engineering students to be able to cope with their career life after graduating, actually?
Well, we provide the workshops,
Mm-hmm.
technical workshops and non-technical ones. Students, even in schools, are welcome to join
Mm-hmm.
if they have the skills. So it's basically, our workshops target anyone who has the skills and enough background information to join our workshops. And there are international projects and competitions like IEEE Extreme.
Mm-hmm.
It takes place globally and locally, and there are prizes for even the 100th team.
Mm-hmm. How many members are in the organization, not only in Egypt, but globally?
In IEEE-CUSB, there are 250 members.
Mm-hmm.
And the participants that participate in the workshops are around 350.
Mm-hmm.
We have 12 workshops. Each workshop has around 30. We're targeting from 25 to 30 participants. So totally there are around 350 participants, and that is applied. That is applied on all the IEEE branches.
And how do you recruit the students? I mean, is there any specific criteria for the recruitment?
Yes, the selection process begins in May. We select the officers at the beginning. We have 4 officers, the chairman, a vice chairman, a treasurer, and a secretary. The officers are they're elected. And the ones who participate in the elections are the students of the previous year. After they're elected, they begin to choose the heads of each committee. They're chosen in July. They're chosen by having an online recruitment. Everyone who wants to participate sends a plan. And after that, they have an interview. The criteria for the heads is basically based upon their experience, if they have any previous experience in that particular committee. They must have the leadership skills, presentation skills, negotiation skills. And after that, every head begins to choose the members. So we have another recruitment. It's also online recruitment for the members. Each head makes an interviews for the applicants.
Right.
And each committee has its own criteria. For example, PR committee, we need someone whose image, who can have presentation skills, who's active, who can communicate with different categories. And then after choosing the members, the volunteers, the 250 volunteers are completed. All of this happens.
Right. I'll get back to this specific question about the criteria on which you select the students, but I would like you also to comment on those photos here.
Okay.
This is the welcome day of the members. And this is during the booth.
And this is during an event called Beyond the Theory. And this is the opening ceremony this year.
It took place last Thursday.
Okay.
And this is from Beyond the Theory event the last year.
Okay, so what happens on the opening ceremony usually?
At the opening ceremony, it takes place actually to welcome the participants and members. We invite doctors in the university. All the members and participants are invited. We also invite public speakers and speakers from multinational companies to give talks and to motivate the participants and members and to tell them how important it is to participate in student activities and in general to participate in activities. And that will differ in their life and their style, and that will give them the push to complete what they want to do.
Right. Okay. I would like to go back to the criteria that you use to select the students in your initiative.
Okay. I stopped at the members recruitment. After the members, all the members are complete. We begin to recruit for the participants that participate in the workshops. And this takes place after the academic year begins in the 2nd or the 3rd week. It takes place by having an online recruitment and offline at our university, at the Faculty of Engineering College, by having a booth, and they fill the applications. And then the HR members with the directors that gives the workshops makes the interviews for these participants. The HR is having the non-technical questions, and the directors having the technical questions related to the workshop.
Right. I would like also to talk about the workshops, but maybe we're going to go to a short break now, and we'll be right back.
الوحيدة اللي واقفة على حيلها انتم. قد يكون في أخطاء، قلت لكم المشكلة كبيرة، والمشكلة دي أنا مش هقدر عليها لوحدي، لكن نقدر عليها كلنا. دوري عملته، بس دوركم انتوا دلوقتي. لما طلبتوني لقيتوني، ولم أبخل عليكم بحياتي. جه الدور عليكم وانتوا وعدتوني انكم هتقفوا جنبي. الإصلاح بياخد وقت طويل، ولازم نعترف إن ال6 سنين اللي فاتوا إن إحنا دولة ظروفها صعبة. تحيا مصر مش بالكلام.
مفيش أي حل تاني غير إن إحنا نشتغل.
إن شاء الله في 18 هسلمكم 1350 مشروع.
شايفة مستقبل أولادي، مستقبل أجيال كتيرة جاية في مصر.
نقدر نعمل أكتر من كده، نقدر نجتهد، نقدر نعمل حاجات كتير في أرضنا.
ما تتخلوش عن بالكم، أنا اخترت الطريق الصعب. انتوا اللي هتحددوا مصير مستقبل مصر بقوة شبابها.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and back to you, Angie. I would like you to tell me, and how do you categorize those workshops? What are the main activities of the workshops?
Okay, mainly the workshops are categorized into 4 fields: computer, power, embedded systems, and electronics.
Right.
Each field has many directorates related to that field.
Right.
We allow and we give projects.
Right.
Mainly like electronics projects using Arduino.
Okay.
For example, and web development related to computer, and the digital circuits and analog circuits.
Okay.
That's mainly the workshops.
Right. Would you like to elaborate on the activities of the workshops?
Yes. The workshops, each workshop is mainly from 10 to 12 sessions, and each workshop has from 25 to 30 members.
Right. Let's talk more about each workshop in detail, the topic of each workshop.
We have, as Angie said, we have 4 different fields. Each field has from 2 to 3 workshops related to that field. For example, embedded systems, we have AV Arduino workshop. This is related to Arduino and AVR, and this is related to the field embedded systems. So each
right. Go ahead.
Each directorate has workshops that is related to the same field of the main director.
Right. Are the workshops only targeting university students?
No.
No, they basically target anyone who has the skills and the basic information for the workshop. For example, computer workshops require basic knowledge on C++ or Java or any programming language.
Right.
But it's basically for anyone. So a school student it's gonna be fine if it's a school student.
Okay, what are the differences between university students and school students when it comes to these workshops?
Regarding the workshops, there is no difference except that for every workshop we have 2 types of workshops. Some workshops don't need something that the participant should know before. So anyone could participate in a school or in the university. But some workshops are advanced. So if the participant or the applicant knows the things that this workshop needs, so he's welcomed in the workshop, whether he's a student or he's a student in the school or in the university. But for the students in school specifically, we have a project called YD, which stands for Youth Development. This has 2 tracks. The first track is technical, but we're just giving them an introduction for the fields in engineering. And they're having introduction for programming,
for example,
electronics,
or computer.
They just, we're just letting them know what is electronics or what is computer engineering. And the second track is the non-technical track. It's basically soft skills sessions, marketing, self-development,
supply chain, stuff like that.
Right. Angie, are there any sort of competition or activities that you bring the students to?
There are 2 competitions, the RAS project and the IEEE Extreme. The RAS project stands for Robotics and Automation Society. The participants, it's required for the participant to design a robot that performs a certain function. from scratch. And
Right.
the winning team is awarded with £5,000.
Okay.
And the significance of this program and its aim is to prepare the students and the participants to enhance their skills in the robotics field and their team formation skills and their soft skills. While for the IEEE Extreme, it's a global competition, and there are many prizes from $10,000 to $40.
And what's the significance of these competitions and these activities in your opinion?
It enhances mainly team formation skills, soft skills, electronics, robotics field, and everything.
Right. So we now go to this short break and we'll be right back. On Nile TV International, and back to my guests Salma and Inji. Salma, would you please tell me how do you evaluate the impact of your efforts and the impact of your activities on the students?
We firstly do every a couple of months or something, we do a session or a meeting. We talk about what happened the previous period. And see what we approach, and see if there are any problems happened the last period, and try to solve these problems in the next term, and that's it.
We actually challenge ourselves mainly,
Right.
and we measure how effectively and efficiently we overcome the obstacles we face each year, so that we don't face them again.
Right, and what does being a member in such an activity represent to you as a member of the activity? How does it add to you as a person?
First of all, I learned how to be a part of a team, how to work in group, how to be a leader, and if I have a problem, how can I solve this problem? And if I have something I wanted to happen, what are the steps that I should take to make it happen? How to communicate with others and make relations. That's it.
Right, Inji, how did that experience add to you personally and professionally?
Professionally, I made many connections as I'm a PR member, so we technically contact speakers and owners of places to reserve a place or whatever. So connections is the main thing I learned, how to communicate with people, presentation skills, soft skills, negotiation skills. I learned how to be patient, because if I could contact someone and he could decline the answer or leave me waiting for days. So I learned how to be patient, and yeah, that's it.
Right, dear viewers, we just want to remind you that we have a Facebook page, Today's Youth Facebook page. If you would like to send us your questions or suggestions, or if you would like to share your story with us, and also the episode is usually linked over there on the YouTube. Right, welcome back. Salma, I would like you to tell me how does being engaged in such an activity will affect your future career?
As I told you, I have, being a part of IEEE, I have some connections, and as IEEE is mainly something founded in engineering, so it's related to my field. As I'm a student at the Faculty of Engineering, Communications and Computer Department. So I have connections with people in companies, people who works in some companies. I know them now on the personal level. It made me somehow to have the courage to talk So if I'm having an interview or a presentation, I'm not afraid or I'm not nervous. So if I look to myself before participating in IEEE and after participating, I see that it adds a lot to my personality. That's it.
Right, and what are your dreams and aspirations on the personal level and through your activity?
On the personal level, I want to work in a multinational company related to my field.
Right.
And contacting some speakers and some people working in these companies nowadays from IEEE as being a part of the PR group. I always have that dreams to be in his place or working with that person.
Right, Inji?
Yeah, same for that.
Same for that. Okay. From your place here, I would like you to send a message to all the youth your age. What would you like to tell them?
I'd like to tell them that they should always try to learn something new, not to stand in the place where they stand. Don't always claim that we don't have time, because if someone needs to do something, they'll find a way to do it.
Right, Inji?
Challenge yourself to try new things, or else you'll never be able to grow. We learn by making mistakes, so if this mistake didn't happen at that point in time, you'll never ever get over something, for example. Everything makes us learn something, so we should be thankful for everything and anything that happened to us.
Not to be afraid to do something now, because if we have a mistake now, will not be it won't affect us as if we did this mistake after in being a company or something. So making this mistake now and learn from it is much better than making it while being in a company and having a manager or something.
We should get over the fear of the unknown.
Right, okay. President Sisi declared the year 2016 to be the year of the youth. And of course, most of the youth in Egypt followed the youth conference that took place recently in Sharm el-Sheikh. How do you feel about the country's activities and work for the youth?
I'm not into politics at all.
No, I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about as being part of the youth, Salma. How do you see the declaration of the year 2016 to be the year of the youth? What are your expectations from your country?
I think youth should work on this, and this gives them the push to do something. Everyone should try his best to achieve his goals.
Right.
And this really encourages them to do what they want.
Right. Salma Ibrahim and Inji Ale, many thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And dear viewers, with this we wrap up this edition of Today's Youth. Many thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more coming up here on Nile TV International.